All right, welcome back. You're with Teddy and Tony, where we get together every week, just a couple of mates, to have a pretty general conversation and talk about what's happening in the week that was. Tony, you with me?
Teddy, nice to see you again. It's feels like a lifetime ago that we recorded the first podcast. I'm doing really well. It's been a good week. How about
Have
yourself?
you been keeping the fitness up, getting around, walking about town?
Yes, definitely. Adhering to our 1 hour restriction daily, and sticking to my workouts at home, utilizing all the equipment that I can possibly get my hands on.
Mate, you would have gone out when all the restrictions came in and tried to buy as much stuff from Rebel Sport, and now you're probably working up the biceps, I'm guessing.
Yeah, biceps, triceps. Let's just say I bought so many things from Rebel. They almost invited me to the VIP program, which a lot of people did not realize exists.
Nice. I'd probably get rejected from that program because they'd probably take one look at me and think you're just not going to make the cut. But look, I'm feeling you on the on the restriction stuff. Last week we talked a little bit about some of the stuff we've been doing. You've been doing some planking. I imagine you're still carrying that practice in your everyday.
Definitely. I've been planking now twice a day. So first thing in the morning and just before bed. Um, Not sure on its effectiveness doing it before bed because it does then tend to not help with sleeping. But I definitely feel a lot better every single day and extending the
Nice.
time.
Nice. Well, look, I'm still doing my walks, chucking on the New Balance shoes, trying to walk around the neighborhood. But look, mate, I like to walk at night time, and we've got to be indoors before 8 o'clock now. Otherwise, I mean, I don't even want to know what happens to you after that. But I'm pretty sure you get a fine for nearly $2,000. It's hard to picture or pick out things that are sort of amazing that are happening to us during the week. But as you would know, this particular show follows a bit of a structure. So to kickstart, tell us a little bit about your highlight or your favorite moment for the week.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I mean, given we're pretty much staying at home, it's there's not a lot happening. But the highlight or moment from this week was actually sharing their first podcast with family and friends, and to see what they thought, get some feedback. And there was a lot of positive feedback and constructive criticism, and it was actually it was such a good feeling to share this, and have a creative outlet and get their comments, because it's the first time, if it was not apparent, that I've ever produced or been on radio or any kind of recording. And that's why I think initially last week, I came across very serious and professional, and a lot of people, a lot of friends and family thought,
Who is
am
this
I at
guy?
work? Yeah, who is this guy?
Is
Like,
this guy doing
usually
a
very.
training video for a corporate company that's about compliance and risk? Or is he out here trying to entertain his friends and family and whoever else is listening?
That's exactly what they were saying. They said, "Is this what you like at work? Because I don't want to know you." And I said, "Look, I
Hey,
understand. I
whoa,
understand."
that's harsh. Who
Yeah.
said that?
Names will remain anonymous.
Yeah, right. That's
So
obviously.
obviously, so it was, it was really good, and it was very enjoyable, and it felt very nice to share this experience and get that feedback, and people were happy, and they were like, "This is so good," and they enjoyed it, and that's kind of what we're about. And one question I did get asked quite a lot was, "Why are we doing this podcast?" So I'll ask you that, Teddy.
Well, look, it's a lot of people. We've gone into these restrictions that we've been working from home for a little while now. A lot of us have, and we just thought if we're going to get together to have a chat, why not get a couple of mics, record it, and then just put it out there? Because a lot of people are sort of sitting around at home, not moving around as much, and I think everyone's going through pretty similar stuff, right? You've got your 60 minutes a day where you can go for exercise. You've got one person per household going down to the shops. So I'm thinking we just look. I've always said it. We're not here to solve the world's problems, but we're here to not make them worse. So we're just getting together, having a chat, bit of an outlet, and just something for us and someone else to listen to, I guess.
That's exactly what I said in probably about half the words.
Right,
To everyone that I
you're a lot more efficient than I am. Look, A to B. I like to stop. I like to stop a few places between A and B. Stop, smell the roses, take a look at maybe a dog having a bark. But I get there in the end.
take a selfie,
Oh well,
take a picture of the sunset.
I'm not that vain. Yes, definitely on the sunset for sure. Well,
What about you?
my highlights just a little bit different. It's it's not as profound as yours. Once again, yours is always great. So look, my highlight for the week is sitting at home. That's not the highlight, but when you order something online shopping, just waiting for it to arrive is, I mean, you almost want to pay extra money for that super express, or
Yeah.
spend over a certain dollar amount so that it shows up quicker because you get the express for free. Jumped onto Adore Beauty. Never been there before, but wanted to get some new. Just trying to improve my sort of skincare routine.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, I'm a male, but I don't think that means you shouldn't look after your skin and how your face looks, especially as you're
Just
getting
as
older, right?
important.
Absolutely. So I jumped onto Adore Beauty, bought some products by Ordinary, which the missus recommended to me. Seems to be a pretty good line, pretty good range. Um, they all showed up in record timing. I was worried I was going to have to wait till next week to get them. I ordered them on Thursday. Actually showed up at my house yesterday. So we were out in the afternoon, went for a walk, came back. I checked my email. It said, "Hey, your package has arrived." I thought that's amazing. Went out downstairs, grabbed it. This was late at night. I noticed this, by the way. Grabbed it, brought it up, opened up the box. In there, everything, couple of samplers, which was good too. And you know what else was in there? A little packet of Tim Tams. So
Tim
random,
Tams.
but
I,
I don't
I'm
care if
I'm guessing that was for consumption and not for utilization on
absolutely,
the face.
absolutely. And for
Okay.
anyone that doesn't know, Tim Tam is a delicious chocolate-coated biscuit brought to you by Arnott's, and it's an Australian staple. And I just thought, I don't care if these products burn my face off. There is a Tim Tam in this box right now. I'm coming back there, and I'm shopping for more. So that was my little highlight there.
No, that sounds great, and especially given what's going on with the post. I mean, we're hearing about delays left, right, and center. So for you to get it that quickly is almost
I
remarkable.
look, I was amazed, and just you might have jumped the gun on something that I might be discussing a little bit later on. One thing is we don't share our highlights or our news stories
Yes.
before the show, so everything's a surprise. But number two, second segment for the show. What's caught your attention this week? So whether it's a news story, or something just surprised you during the week, or something that impressed you.
Yeah, this one's a little bit different. So everyone knows the TV show Friends, which I believe most people have watched or heard of in
Absolutely,
some capacity.
yeah,
So I found out that the cast of Friends for the last two seasons got paid $1 million each for each episode.
each episode.
And for
How
each
many episodes are
episode,
we talking?
so I believe the last two seasons might have been 42 or something around there. And they still make now 20 million per year per cast member for reruns. And I thought,
Really?
wow, that is ridiculous, right? And the show still generates $1 billion a year for Warner Brothers. And this is all because apparently David Schwimmer, who plays Ross, encouraged the cast to negotiate as a team. And therefore they said, look, this is what we want. And so for adjusted for inflation, because this was in the 90s, that's 1.35 million for each episode, each. And I had no idea that
Mind's
so much went.
blown that it's still
Yeah,
going. I knew they were raking it in at the time. Mind you, not the biggest Friends fan, more of a Seinfeld fan. But
I
look, I
am
respect
exactly
that.
the same.
I respect that a lot of people like Friends. Yeah, it's fine. The show's obviously been quite successful, but it just raked it in. I can't believe how much money that's made though, and continues to make.
I mean, it just makes you think like Friends, Seinfeld. I knew Seinfeld were getting quite paid quite a bit, but when I did a bit of research, they're only getting 600 per episode. I mean, I only say only, but it's still significant. And obviously, they get things for reruns as well. But I was astounded. Like, I knew it was successful, but I didn't realize the extent. Like, imagine setting something up and just receiving this like as an annuity
Yeah.
going forward.
So yeah, imagine showing up to work. There's a couch. Look, I haven't really watched too many episodes, but there's always a couch, right? Or are they in a diner? Oh,
I've yet
look,
to see a TV show that does not have a couch in it.
yeah. Look,
Um,
I don't want to sort of misjudge the simplicity of the show because I mean, let's look at Seinfeld. The graphics
Show
and
about nothing.
exactly.
Lit-
Totally. But look, that's pretty interesting. Look, I can't believe it's still making that much cash. But there's something I came across during the week that kind of caught my attention. I didn't even know it was a thing. So this sounds crazy because I thought there was only one way to do it. Apparently, there's a bit of controversy, or not even controversy, but people do it different ways. Brushing first or flossing first.
Interesting.
Well,
What if you do neither?
give us yours. Well, then, if you do neither, then I think we're just gonna have to stop the show right now and
Well,
tapping out, man. Because I want you to go get your mouth checked, get those teeth checked. Because if the teeth fall out, you're not gonna be able to record with me, dude. So neither's bad.
it's a good thing that we're in separate rooms in separate houses right now. Then,
Oh, look, 100%. But I just don't want you to. I don't want to. I don't think people want to listen to someone that's just got gums talking on Look, I'm going to get some hate mail for this. I don't even know where I'm going with this train of thought.
yeah,
but yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel you.
So look, let's assume that you do both. All right.
Yep, yep.
So in this
I wasn't
hypothetical.
talking about myself. I was catering for every possibility here.
Okay, cool. And look, if you don't do either, that's fine. I think. Look,
I'm not a dentist. You're
no
not a
judgment.
dentist, from
No
what I
judgment. We
understand.
don't know how those people like what's going on there. But flossing or brushing, if you're going to have to do it in an order, what is there? Is there a right way? What do you go with?
I I would think you floss first, so it removes any of the debris in your mouth, and then kind of brush the rest.
This
If
is what
that
I
makes sense.
thought. This is what I thought.
Like
So
it's kind of
I
logical,
thought that was the only way to do it.
but
But
I'm not a medical expert, so
yeah, yeah, or dental just minimum. But yeah. Look, no offense. We don't want to give away your profession here. But look, we're not dentists. We're not doctors.
no,
Absolutely. Um,
no.
so look, I thought, yeah, flossing first, then brushing. That was just the only way to do it. But the missus was telling me that I think she did it the other way around. She was having an open discussion with her sisters, and it was apparently it was like 50-50. And I was sitting there thinking, have I
Wow.
been doing it wrong the whole time? Like, surely that's just not even a discussion here. Anyways, that is out there in the world, and people are doing it differently.
But you know what's interesting is that your missus who's talking, to the family, you think they'd all be brought up in the same way. But the fact
Yeah,
that they're 50-50, is it an individualistic
yeah,
decision or is it a
bizarre.
family decision or do you brought up with it?
Did the parents not march each of them into the bathroom and give them the same lecture? Was it just like, all right, look, there's the bathroom, find kind of what you need, and then it's up to yourselves on how you determine the order of
Or
cleaning your mouth. I don't know. I
or
would
they're
have thought it was the
diversifying
same.
their risk. They're trying to try something, to try others, and hopefully one of them have a set of teeth when they're
A
70.
psychological experiment. Let's see which direction they take in life.
Yeah.
All right, look,
Maybe we're waiting on a study to
I
link
think we're
flossing.
going too deep into this. Too many episodes of Mindhunter, I think. Great show. Waiting for season 3. Cannot wait. Look, you're a very zen fellow, and so the next segment of the show is actually quite hard for you at times. I know, but a lot of people out there, they get annoyed with things, and I need to ask you, what's annoyed you during the week?
Well, as you did say, it's quite hard to be annoyed when technically there's a lot of good things happening in our lives. So I won't go too deep or too profound there. But I think one thing that I'm finding, a little bit annoying, which I think a lot of people are finding annoying, is that it definitely seems like a lot of people, and this is more specific to, I guess, Victoria because of the situation we're in, is just not caring about rules or each other, or you're really starting to see people's selfishness.
What sort
And
of stuff? What sort of stuff we talking about?
well, I mean, we right now we got curfews, we got rules, but it looks like people just don't care, and people are just going out of the way almost sometimes to for absolutely no reason. So I'll give you a couple examples that, for example, we're mandated to wear masks, and there's still people not wearing masks, and when they get asked, they get defensive and hostile, and you think, why? Like this doesn't make any sense. And then you're seeing people just kind of break the driving rules, the curfew rules, and coming up with surprisingly somewhat interesting rash reasons to why they're out. For example, 2 people got caught at curfew, no mask, and the guy said, "Oh, I'm immune to it because I was born with a condition." And I thought, well, maybe he's a superhero. I don't know, but I thought that was, this is the mindset of people.
Yeah.
And
No,
then I
I
guess
saw
the other,
something funny during the week. It's just I couldn't even
but
read describe. I saw something funny on social media during the week about there's just a mask thing, just a Karen walking in, to the US, slapping down this thing on paper. I don't even know what it says,
yeah,
and she's
yeah,
like, she's just like, read it. And the store clerk just has the ultimate response. There's some. He keeps it well mannered, but kind of a bit of profanity in there at the same time. But as she's leaving the store, he's just like, yeah, yeah, cool, get out of here, and he's just like, woo, woo. She walks out. I'm just like, at that point, I'm like, mate, this guy is amazing. It's just like, I'm not serving you. Woo. Just, yeah. Anyways, back to your story.
We need more people like that because
I know.
and I'm just trying to imagine if you're just going around just cheering every time you just tell someone off. I mean, that'd be quite remarkable, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I guess then that's linked to kind of like the celebrities and like the people of say of higher wealth. I feel like seem to have a different set of rules applied. And the reason I say this is that I read this interesting situation where Mount Buller, that there's a flock of people that were kind of sneaking in, through the night. Like someone even helicoptered in so that they could ski throughout this lockdown last week. And
Wow. Okay,
I
yeah.
thought, I mean,
That's some
that's
serious
something.
privilege type stuff going on there, but
I mean, can you imagine? It's like, what are we going to do this weekend? We're going to hire a helicopter and we're going to like drop down into Mount Buller.
yeah,
So
I
we can,
know
yeah,
I know a guy, he's gonna open up the runs, but don't worry, the lights will be dim just to a certain level where the police can't actually detect them, and, look, the tavern, we'll get them open too, it's all good. Do not tell anyone. Do not tell anyone. Yeah, I mean,
and
look, I
then
don't know any people like that. I wish I didn't, but at the same time, I wish that I had access to things like that, but
this is my
shame
point.
on anyone that would even suggest doing that.
Well, this is the whole thing, and I think it really sticks it to the majority of people who are doing the right thing, and then they make a post on Instagram or Facebook where it's clearly evident that they're in a place they should not be in.
Oh, yeah, and, I saw the other, I think it was yesterday, day before, some influencer, quote unquote,
Yes,
I didn't
I
even look
saw
her up.
that.
Fendi
Fendi, that's
apartment?
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
I mean,
Two
the 2
representatives
employ what,
walk in.
come on. What is that?
I know
What
that's the
is
thing,
that?
but
Company
the
could
thing
get
is,
fined like 100 grand or something.
yeah,
I
but
was
for a multi-billion-dollar company, that's nothing. And look at the marketing it's getting in today's time. As for
Is
the
that good
influencer,
marketing though? I
well,
don't
don't
know.
they say any
It's
publicity is good
well,
publicity?
yeah. Hey, I butchered that, quote last week, by the way. Someone told me about that one. But,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it sounded kind of off, but I couldn't think what it was at the time.
yeah. Hey, when we're on the fly, we're in the rhythm. We don't want to be correcting each
Yeah,
other on get out the dictionary type thing. But we're
I'll bring it
far
next
from
week. I'm gonna put it
far
next to
from
me.
perfect. But look, look. I cut you off before. Continue.
No, 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 correct. It's fine. It's pretty much just that. It just feels like there's a complete division of what's going on at the moment, and I think just to help the situation, we're all in this together. And we're doing well. It's been a good week, definitely. If anyone's been staying on top of the news, but it's just things like that. You just think, why do that? Just wait, like the rest of us.
I'm hearing you. Mine is very similar. So one thing that annoyed me during the week, I was gonna talk a little bit about the Australia Post regular delivery, which is why you touched on it before. But I'm going to leave those guys alone. They are doing the best job they can in pretty extreme times. But one thing, I was walking through the Clifton Hill Park and going past the skate park, and I was just doing a few Insta stories. Look, no one's really looking at these stories, but they're just for a bit of entertainment. And they were playing some like Eminem rap songs, and it was just a bunch of little skatey kids. And when I say skatey kids, they're like mid-20s type thing. So I was recording them and just
You're not
making a
that
few.
old to be calling them kids.
I know, I know. Well, they were acting like kids, but
Yeah.
skateboarding's fine. But that I was going past and I was just thinking, oh yeah, great, Slim Shady over here, cool, cool. And I was just recording them, making a few funny comments, and then this one guy, the leader of the group, if you will, comes up and then just pulls some move that sort of makes his skateboard squeak. I sound like I'm about 100 years old describing the situation, but
Skateboard squeak.
yeah, yeah,
What is he?
he's getting close
What
to
was he
me.
skating a mouse?
I don't know. Whatever the move is, it's kind of designed to get your attention. He's like, "Hey,
Oh, okay.
what are you doing?" I was like, "Mate, I'm just recording people in the park. What are you doing?" It didn't so much annoy me. I just thought it was hilarious. Trying to act like trying to act tough in the skateboard park, and I just thought, "Great, you're king of the ramps. You keep the ramps. You keep the half pipe over there. I'm going to keep walking on my own little way here." And just enjoy the sunshine. So that was that was something that caught
You
my attention during the week.
you weren't wearing roller skates, were you? That he kind of wanted to judge you on it.
No, absolutely not. I was wearing a face mask, and none of these guys were, which is kind of complementing your story that you just told a moment ago.
Well, clearly they're doing exercise by sitting at the ramp and taking a selfie. What do you
Yeah,
say?
I mean, look, I'm not too sure if smoking what they were smoking was part of the exercise. No, look, I'm just joking. They didn't have masks on though, and they were skateboarding, and they were not social distancing. That is 3 no's, 3 wrongs in my book, and technically the book of the law at the moment. Anyways, I'm going to move on.
If you,
I think we should move on.
I have one little question.
Go.
What Eminem song was it? Was it the current generation or the 90s ones?
Oh, look, this is the sad and most cliche part. It was move yourself. And I just thought, wouldn't you go for like,
Move
s-
yourself,
yeah,
lose yourself.
look, move yourself. Wow. If we were going to be fake and phony, we'd go back and redo that part
Yeah,
of the
no,
recording.
no,
We're not
no,
going to do it.
it's move yourself.
It's lose yourself. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's
Yeah,
good. That's
yep,
good.
yep.
Next
Okay,
section.
so
Next segment. Social media sound bites. What did you come across during the week?
you might have actually seen this in the news, and I think a lot of people did, but um, somewhat a little bit related. But I found this more amusing than anything. Three foreign students in Melbourne, calling themselves the Brave Ones, were intending to be rebellious. So they filmed themselves leaving their apartment at 2:30 in the morning, which
This
obviously is
just
legal
sounds
quarantine.
sad already. I haven't seen
No,
it.
no,
I'm grateful
no,
that
no.
I have not seen it.
Walking
Go.
through the streets, dodging the police patrols to go to the local McDonald's, which was their mission, and it was all set to the James Bond theme,
Yeah.
right?
So
And
hold on.
then
The McDonald's is open. I guess
correct,
I guess for
for
the workers.
delivery and
Yeah.
for the
Okay. Yep.
workers and the
Yep.
like. So get this, they're like apparently they're dodging, they're dodging the police. They're going through the streets that are obviously deserted. If asked, they were going to visit a pharmacy, and they went to the Macca's, and then it ends with celebrations in their apartment. And I
With
thought
with the Maccas.
with the Macca's, and I
Okay.
thought as ridiculous as it was, it actually seemed relatively amusing. Because I thought, well, they're calling themselves the brave ones, yet they're wearing masks, so they're trying to hide themselves. So that kind of goes against being
Yeah.
brave.
Yeah.
Um, and it was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever read. And anyway, as it turns out, they actually got caught and fined, unsurprisingly,
So
because
good.
they were smart enough to actually say which apartment building they were in. And then based on the angles, people could work out what level the apartment was. Um, and yeah, so I thought that was relatively interesting. But
It's
and
amazing.
stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and stupid.
Stupid. Yeah. The brave ones. Okay, thanks for that, dude. Look, this I came across something on social media during the week, which it was on Reddit, but mind you, it was from 1998. Okay, so technically trending this week, I can still bring it in. 1998. There's this guy. This because it's from 22 years ago. This might even sound familiar to some people. I'm not too sure. I'd never heard of the story before. There was a truckie. His name's Bill Morgan, and he got in an accident driving his truck. Have you heard about this one?
No, I don't think so. Don't remember.
Yeah,
No.
it could be any story right now. But so his truckie gets in an accident, and then basically goes into the emergency ward, and he's given this drug, has an allergic reaction, and he actually ends up his heart actually stops, and he's clinically dead for 14 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
so then he basically comes back on. His heart comes back
Comes back
online, if
on.
you will. His heart comes
What
back
is he? What
online.
is he? A switch?
He's like the T5000 or something, and
Yeah.
he's the new and improved version. But now look, his heart comes back on, but he's in a like comatose sort of state for 12 days. He actually wakes up. But during that time, it got to a point where they suggested to his family, look, we should probably switch off the machine. He's probably not going to make it. So, look, you with me so far?
Yeah, yeah. I'm still here. I'm still alive.
Wakes up, 12 days, miracle. Has a complete new lease on life. He's obviously he's survived death, and he thinks he's just extremely lucky. Decides to propose to his girlfriend at that time, and after a little while, he ends up going to buy a scratchy. Um,
Yeah.
he buys a scratchy, wins a car that's worth about
Oh,
$14,500 at the time.
I think
Okay,
I've heard this.
yeah.
I think I've heard this now. The scratchy thing is sounding familiar. Yep. Go on.
Okay, cool. So
Yep.
he wins the car. Amazing. What he's just survived death. He's decided to propose to his missus, and he wins this car. Now, usually that wouldn't get in the news, but because he's gone through all this stuff, his heart stopped and all that sort of thing. Local news station, we'll call it like Channel 7, Channel 9, something like that. They go out, do a TV series or TV news story on him, rather, not a
Yeah,
series, just
yeah,
a story. And they get him in the news power down at the newsagents to reenact him buying a scratchy.
yeah.
So he's at the counter, scratches the scratchy, and he just turns around. He's just like, "I've just won $250,000. I'm not joking." Just live on TV, and I mean, just like the dude nearly has another heart stop from winning this
As a
200,000.
result of this.
Yeah. And then he's just like, I've got to call the missus. You're like, but just the line, I'm like, I'm not joking. Just, oh mate, amazing.
Good.
I look, it's trending this week. Yes, the story is 20 years old, but I did see it this week, and it's just one of those feel good stories that we kind of need right now, even though it did happen a little while ago. So that's my little social media soundbite from during the week.
Yeah, that's gold. I wonder what headline they would have in the newspaper, for a guy who's gone through a coma, his heart stopped, and then he's won a
Yeah,
car and then money.
yeah. Man does a U-turn from the pearly gates to go back and win $250,000 or something like that. It
Yeah,
could be
and
anything. I
wins
mean,
a car.
that's just on the fly. I think we can all do better than that. But
People get paid to come up with headlines, not us.
yeah.
No.
We're not getting paid for any of this. Let's face it.
No,
So
no.
give us look. We end the show on, and it's been a good run so far. Episode 2. How you feeling about it? How you feeling about it so far?
No, I love it. It's so good to just be able to have a chat and a conversation, and kind of have like a loose structure and just kind of talking it out and sharing everything. Like I think it feels really good, and it feels even better, as I said initially, where other people feel the same and they get along and they understand and they resonate. Like I
I
think
agree.
it's
I
great.
agree. I think we're all. I mean, it's called everyday conversations, right? To an extent. Well, look, we haven't actually named it yet, but it's pretty much talking about everyday stuff, and everyone comes across little things that they find handy that they want to, don't think about sharing with someone else. But because it's one of the segments of our show, we need to think about something that we need to share with each other. So, what's your little recommendation or something that you would recommend for me to try or the listeners to try? What's worked for you this week?
Yeah, so this is something that's probably not the smallest and does require a little bit of investment, but I definitely see a lot of benefit behind it. And you're probably going to think, well, what? So I started playing chess a few weeks ago, and I kind of do it like a daily type thing. So similar to how I do planking daily, I also generally play chess or make a couple of moves daily with different games. It's something I did as a kid, and then I tried to bring it back because I thought there's a lot of benefits behind it. So one thing, of course, is that it helps you, it stimulates your brain,
So
like
we're talking
mentally.
chess.
Talking chess, like getting an app. There's a couple of apps,
Yeah.
setting up an account, and you literally can just play whoever. And it's not even a time chess. Generally when you think chess, you got like the clock, people furiously like smashing that clock, trying to do moves really quickly. It's not like that at all. You can basically take 24 hours to make a move, so you can do it kind of in between a lot of things. And I just think it definitely helps with so many different things. Like it helps your cognitive skills, helps your attention span. It just kind of helps you just laterally think, and it's just something to do. And I feel like it's another social activity you can do with friends, and even if it's just for fun, it doesn't have to be competitive. And it's something I believe I may have requested you to do a little while ago.
You've asked me. It's on the to do list. Because I subscribe to the masterclass subscription at the start of the year. There's one on there with Gary Kasparov. I'm pretty
Yep,
sure I'm pronouncing that correctly.
the man
Um,
himself.
the man himself. So he does the masterclass. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to have a few games, and then we are on. Maybe play
All
for
right.
money. We'll see. Responsible.
Ma-
Look, maybe not play for money. I don't even know if we can do that legally. We shouldn't put that sort of stuff on on air. We'll just play for
Play for
respect.
pride and ego and respect.
Exactly. Look, yeah,
No
definitely.
money.
My little recommendation for yourself is something I've been doing for a few weeks now. I've always known that it's something that I should do, but I've never actually had the courage to do it. Wim Hof, cold showers. I'm doing the cold showers now. Okay,
Cold showers.
cold
Okay.
showers. Cold
Like
showers.
100% cold, like no heat.
Started off midway, even just
Yeah.
going between hot and warm, and then between the warm and just not warm. That was frightening at the start, and I never thought I'd be able to get to the just the straight tap, starting on the the other end of the dial where the cold's at. That's what I'm walking into now. So I start my day off. I'm yeah, tired, not anymore. Boom, switch on that cold. It just shocks the hell out of you, like every single time. Um,
So
yeah,
so it's kinda like shock therapy
it's
maybe?
it's something that it look, as soon as you wake up, you're already challenging yourself, and it also
Right.
wakes you up. It's also good for the hair, good for the skin, and just good for a bit of motivation that lets you know that you can go on and achieve things throughout the day, whether big or small.
Well, that's definitely something, worth doing. Like, I kind of implement a hot shower and then finish with a cold shower. I've never gone full cold.
Yeah,
Like, that
well,
seems
you're
crazy.
st yeah, look, it is, and in the morning, it's okay, but at nighttime, it takes a little while for your, body to really warm up again. So you've gotta get the hot water bottle going. I've gotta chuck on, like, now a jumper, um, and then jump in bed, and then, let my
You
body
do
warm
it,
up a
but
little bit.
at night as well? So, like, twice a
At
day?
night as well. In the mornings, I actually don't mind it because I need to wake up, but at nighttime when you get in, you're kinda tired, it feels kinda just like, "Do I have to do this?" And I'll have that thought every night, but I go in there and it's look, don't get me wrong, I don't walk in there and think, "Oh, this is great. I'm loving this cold shower." Still hurts.
I mean,
It still
there are
hurts.
some people out there that would live off this. But to be fair as well, the cold shower at the end, I find when kind of going back into the environment, I feel like I naturally warm up without anything after a
That's
cold shower compared
That's
to a hot
pretty
shower.
good. Yeah, look, that's so in the mornings I do get that, but for whatever reason at nighttime, I just the core temperature's just taken down. You know, like Kramer when he falls asleep in the hot tub and
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
supposed to set off the
yeah,
just oh, classy. His core temperature goes down. That's pretty much what
yeah.
happens to me. It's a bit ridiculous, but well, that brings us to the end of the show. We've covered off some really deep, insightful topics. Not really, just in case that wasn't evident. And look, that's episode 2. I think that was a pretty good sesh. You going to come back for more next week?
Oh, man, I definitely will come back. Nothing will stop me. I just cannot wait.
Nice. Well, with any luck, we'll be back same time next week. Thanks for joining us, Tony, Teddy, over and out.